Ah, oops. Well, I didn't learn much that way. There we go. Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Um, Long story short, I just posted up this morning my first episodic video that is not the best. Well, I mean the idea is good, but I'm learning. So today's video, I wanted to bring up the 5 things that I have learned from making my first um, episodic video, and in no particular order. Mostly, I just kind of brainstormed on 5 things that I learned while making that first video. I really had a lot of fun doing it, but I saw so many errors in it once I got done, not including misspelling a word in the title sequence or not capitalizing it correctly or something like that, and I couldn't fix it. Um, but so uh, f- I want to do a video on 5 things that I learned from that first video, and hopefully I can use to make better ones. And as I learn new things, maybe I can bring them up in these little editorial videos that may go actually longer than the videos themselves. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked it out, it is out there. It's called Flight of Nukani Beta. Episode 1 Flying Home. It's right here off the channel here. Um, so I learned so much doing this. Uh, Before I get to that, real quick, no, I don't have a sponsor, nor will I ever have a sponsor. But I thought I would like to start pointing out some really good uh, I've done this a little bit in the past, but really good YouTubers that I've seen out there that I watch all the time. 6 months ago, I switched over to mostly just watching YouTube and a little bit of TV. I got rid of my whole cable connection. And I've not needed to go back because of these guys. And today I was just watching completely um, off the cuff. Uh, and I hope I'm not butchering this name, but I've watched a ton of his videos. Uh, Drachenfell, Drachinifel. Um, he had a video today. Actually, it should be in my history. I think I just finished watching it. Um, there we go. I was watching a lot of Ted Lasso stuff. There it is. This was a video that came out, I think, like 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was the Battle of Hampton Roads, the Fury of Iron and Steam, basically explaining a lot of the history of that fight. I'm a kind of a history nut. I was thinking a lot of Eve during watching his video. It's about 30 minutes long. He's done a ton of videos about different ships. He did one that's awesome on the Russian fleet that went around the world. So if you want to check him out, it's Drachenfell. This video about the two, the Monitor and the Virginia, I think it was called the Virginia, the two first ironclads that fought was really good. And it made me start thinking about, and I don't think this could ever really happen, but maybe if two guys got into a PvP battle in brand new ships. Like I know that the new Uprising is coming out with new ships. If there was some way that two new pilots could get into those ships or something like that and fight each other to a stalemate that these guys did. I learned so much in this historical thing that he did here, especially the fact that both ironclads thought the other ship was retreating at the end, and both claimed victory. And that's the only reason why the battle ended. Neither one of them could hurt each other too much. So really, if you want to check that out, please do. I'm going to talk too much about that. But I was thinking about Eve with that, and I was like, how can I incorporate this as a storyline thing? And then I thought about it, and there's been times where I've been testing out some ships against NPCs, and they weren't able to break my tank, but I wasn't able to break their tank. So I guess that would be the most similar thing that I could find with Eve as far as with the ironclads there. But I might be naming some ships in Eve um, uh, as the Monitor or the Virginia. I think it was the Virginia off the top of my head. You know me and my memories there. Um, but yeah, check them out if you can. It's Drachenfell. Okay, so on to the video. So the 5 things that I've learned, and I'm going to try to record this and then maybe again do a little bit of editing. Not as much as I've been doing on my episodic ones, but I'm trying to learn this, and the more I learn, the faster I get at things. Maybe I learn a few tricks. But number one, I was able to get rid of, if you notice, I was able to get rid of the Windows bar um, for the next video. So if you go back and you watch the video, um, let's see here if I can pull it up here again. This is so dumb. It's so simple, but it's something that I couldn't figure out. Um, I went into the, you can't see it because I'm on my other screen here, but I went into the task settings. Maybe and let's see here. Oh, how did I do it? I was able to get rid of the bar that was down here. I did it once and I finally got rid of it. Um, nope, can't do it. So I was able to get rid of the bar here. Let me just pull it up here. I should have thought of this before I started making the video. Taskbar corner over taskbar behaviors. There we go. Taskbar on all displays. So if you notice here, if I click this off here, it gets rid of the taskbar, which I like to think of the immersion of the videos. Do I have to apply that? Why is it not going away now? That's not fun. Let's try it again here. Gotta love Windows 11. Settings, and then taskbar behaviors, and show taskbar on all displays. There we go. See how it went away? Did I just share any window? Okay, so yeah, that got rid of it. So I was trying to remove that off there. I was able to get rid of that. Similar to whenever you guys told me about the Control F9, you'll hear me saying it all the time. I'm going to try to, while I'm doing the videos, change that up. Instead of saying hit Control F9, I'm going to try to say, let's take a look outside or something to that effect. So that's the first. That was a little trick. Keep it small. The second one, the second um, thing that I learned was how to speed up um, your video. Long story short, I was able to, if you watched the video 2 prior to this one, I was going through the video editor. So we'll just go ahead and pull that up here. And again, if this helps anybody out there maybe get into making videos, or kind of tells you why I'm so bad at making videos, because I'm just learning this stuff on the fly. Let's see here. So I think this was the last one that I was. So let's say I've got these here, and I've got these clips in OBS, and let's say this clip right here I want to speed up. And if you notice in the last video, I figured out while I was traveling, I didn't want it to go click, I'm in this system, and click over to this system with 15 in between and not show it. So what I was able to do was snip the 2 spots in between, and as long as nothing happened, I could change it down here with the speed setting. And I could change it all the way up. I was going with a 0.4, but you can really speed it up there. But I wanted to give the sense in the video of the actual flight, um, so that it did speed it up, but it uh, didn't take away from, again, the immersion. I know the immersion is not that huge in this. It's me playing, especially when you get to number, what is it there? Number 4 that I get to. Number 4 was really taking me out of the immersion of it. So I'll keep trying on that end. But So long story short, that's how you change the speed. So if you want, what you want to do is you want to clip a section out. You want to split it off, and then you're going to go ahead and hit speed there. Try it out. It's really helpful. Um, Next one I found was actually, I'd been wanting to learn how to do this in a while. If you notice in the last video, I hadn't planned it out. One of the toughest things with doing the videos like this is I'm having to do them live. Um, and uh, having to do them live, I only have one take most of the time with the stuff I'm doing because I'm trying to do it as in the character is growing and doing things that's going on. So, long story short, uh, nope, that's not the right one. Uh, there it is. So, oh no, that was the right one. Sorry. Uh, when I made the last one, oh shoot, there we go. I'm doing my research with Sisters of Eve. If you notice in the bottom left-hand corner about halfway through, my picture popped up at the bottom, or it didn't actually in the video. I didn't know how, well, I was doing the story, but I'd forgotten to switch out I'm trying to do the video without my face in it when I'm doing the episode. So again, it just has me talking, maybe not having, unless I want to dress up some capsuleer or something like that. I may take the picture of my character, Nukani Beta, and put it down at the bottom. Um, but about halfway through, I didn't realize I had the right thing, so I had to figure out how to blur over that, and I never knew. I've seen the other videos that people have made where they blur out a section of the video. Maybe it has personal information, or maybe someone asked for them not to have their face in it. So really quickly, to show you how you can do that, when you are going to, once you upload a video to YouTube, um, you can, once it's there, you can save it to not go public. You can save it to be private, and then you can mess around with it. You can still mess around with it after it's been posted, but people might see it right away. This is a great way that maybe you've got a good video, I think, but maybe you don't want a piece of it in there. Rather than chopping up, you can at least take it out there. So I was trying to figure out how to do that, and since I made that mistake, I was like, this would be a good time to learn how to do it. Even though I probably won't use it in the episodic stuff going forward, I might use it in other things. So, uh, so number 3 is how to do that, and we'll go into my content here. And let's just say I wanted to go in, and we'll just pick an older video here. Let's say the daily duties, a harbinger with rigs update. Let's say I wanted to edit this one. So I would highlight here, and then I would come over here, and I would say um, edit title and description, or was it just edit? I think it's, whoop, that's it. There we go. Title and description. And then down here, you can go into the editor. Now, the editor on YouTube isn't the best. It's usually best to uh, do most of your, from what I've been able to tell so far, you want to do most of your edits not online. But if you made that last mistake, there are certain things that you can do. So I came into the editor, and this was the first time I ever did it. And it gives you some different options in here. You can snip some things out of it. I'm not going to go through everything that you can have here. You can add some audio, put an end screen on it. But the one thing that I had here is, let's say if I wanted to clear this area off, I can blur that area by, now I can face blur it or I can custom blur. Now I didn't try the face blur. I'm assuming it would knock that out, but I can do a custom blur, and then it creates this box right here. I can move this box anywhere on the screen here. So let's say I want to clear that off. If I know that's going to be there through the whole video, or at least for a period of time. Now watch, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, I'm sorry. First thing you want to do, and this is where I made that mistake. Let me cancel that out. Discard changes. This is like the third time I've ever done this. So let's say we're going to go into blur. We're going to custom blur. Now the second thing that you want to do is you want to hit fix blur position. If you track object, I think it's like if you're videotaping somebody, it will try to track that person that you're trying to blur. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose rectangle. I'm going to choose fix blur position. That way it will blur this area for the entire video. Okay, that's better. So I can make this box a little bit bigger. There we go. And then I can just stick it right down here, right like that. And then it will blur from 1 minute up to 2 minutes and 37 seconds. It'll just, I think it just randomly picks something. You can change this. You can make it longer or shorter. And then you can even try it out. And we're going to sound that off. But notice how this blurs here. This is the way the video would be created. Now, if I wanted to, and notice how the time's going. Once it gets to the end of that, it would actually clear off the blur. So if you ever want to try out blurring something on a video that you've ever made, that's something that's fairly easy once you start to use it. But I'm glad it was my weekend that I was doing that because my brain wasn't functioning at the end of making that video last night. So, so that's number 3 that I learned. Number 4, and this is, I talked about this earlier. I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but when you're doing these live things, I tried to not have my my face on there. But the irony was that I was still drinking my coffee while doing the voiceover. So I apologize right off the bat. I should have put this at number 1, even though I had on my list here. I'm going to try to remember when I do things. I have a sheet that I try to write up now what I'm going to talk about so I don't forget things. But if you can, I was doing this all the time. So even though my face wasn't there, you guys were probably getting frustrated with me swallowing. So I apologize for that. There is the little button on the back here that I click that will turn off. It's a lot better. The only thing is, you know me with my sound problems, I got to remember to turn the sound back on. So that's number 4. That's number 4 that I learned. So watch your sound. I live by myself, so that would be a little bit, that'll come out, so I don't have to worry about people jumping around or having a soundproof area. Um, but yeah, so that's number 4. Number 5, um, well, I'll do number 5. I want to give a couple of, I love watching countdown shows. This really isn't a countdown show, but I'm going to give uh, some small, uh, what's it called? Honorable mentions to the top 5 that didn't make my top 5. Number 1 is get yourself a chair. Get yourself a good chair. I don't have a good chair. Let's just see here. I'm gonna try to get out of this sucker. So, I think you can see it. This is my chair. You saw my pain of getting out of it. It's not because I'm big. It's because it's way low to the ground. It sucks. Get yourself a good chair. Number 2, while I was watching me pull that chair up, I noticed this has nothing to do with the videos. Eagles are 5-0, baby. That's all I'm going to say. New hat. I got a new hat today. Because Eagles, I'm sorry, 4-0. 4-0. Oh, geez, I just jinxed us. Dang it. Okay, only undefeated team in the NFL. There we go. And if there's other fans of other teams out there, I refuse to dirty root because I have my own reasons for that. I will not dirty root against other teams, but I will root for my team. Number 2, Uh, 2 goes with 3. Oh, I'm sorry. The second honorable mention goes with the next honorable mention, so I'll put them together. Um, when you are using OBS here, you're going to see me talking here. Woo! There's a pause button. This is very important because if something happens, and number 3 is make sure you've taken care of everything you need to take care of in the middle of making videos. Because if you got to run because you drank too much coffee or ate something that didn't agree with you, that pause button. So, the 2 honorable mentions there are make sure you don't eat or drink incorrectly, and B, learn the pause button. Um, so that one there. And then number 4 is change is good. Oh, I'm sorry, not number 4. I don't want to use those numbers because it's an honorable mention. Change is good. This, as you can tell, I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode. I started recording some things to start off with. Hopefully, you'll see some updates. So the honorable mention is change is good. Always try change. If you're, I wasn't in a rut, but I was finding that my videos were not where I wanted them to be. Um, and so I changed it up. I found myself after I did the uh, ganking video and the hate list video whenever he stopped recording. I got a ton of uh, not subscribers of watches on those videos, and I'm still getting. It's the largest video I've ever done, and I've done other videos in the past that got a lot of views. Um, that uh, there was one whenever there were events going on and then they went away. And that's not what I wanted to make the channel about. And I found myself watching and going, how can I get more views? And no, wanted this, and that's why I changed this up, and I'm having so much fun with it, and I hope you like it. But so change is good. So those are the honorable mentions. Um, last but not least, number 5 on the list of 5. I guess I should have just done a top 10 list and added one more in. Because the honorable mentions were just as ridiculous as the ones that were there. Um, so number 5 of these 5 things that I've learned is uh, making videos is hard, and I find that want to I have to set up a timing, a plan, a I need to get this done, but for these episodes, I could do a daily video all the time, but saying I want to post this by such and such a date or time. The video that I did, the first episode was not, professionally done. It was a lot of errors that were in it, but I put a date on it and I said, I want to get this out by this time. That way, I'm forcing myself to put out there what I want. So what I would say is plan out, forward think, when do you want to post something? I learned this and it was actually, even though the video wasn't the best, it was great for me to say, okay, this was where I wanted to be, and I want to get something out by this time, and then uh, boom, and I put it out. And so the next video, I honestly don't know when I will put it out, but the latest I will put it out, episodic video, the latest I will put it out would be Sunday afternoon my time. Um, I'm really jazzed to keep working on it. Uh, I've I've got another little recording that I want to do, um, but that would be the latest. If I can do it better before then, I will. I have to be realistic with myself. Uh, tomorrow I've got a 12-hour day of work, and then 3 more days of 11-hour days. So that would roll right into Saturday night. And while I do make my daily videos every once in a while, I'm slowing down a little bit on those. I wanted to set a time for that. And if I do a couple of episodic videos a week, if I only do one a week, I want it. I want to have that time so then I can look at what I did and how can I make it better. So that's all I got. That was number 5. I heard number 9. They weren't in any order, so I guess there weren't any honorable mentions. Um, uh, that's all I got for tonight. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll have something new. I should have brought this up earlier. I'll try to bring it up. Discord channel. Uh, I just, I am still doing it. Um, we'll keep doing it. I got some new information, or I do little searches about travel to FanFest next year. I've never been to it, you know that. I have a channel in there that talks, I just put up little notes as to what I've learned. And today I was messing around with flights online. I live on the East Coast in Pennsylvania of the United States, and I've been trying to find the best way to get there. And I was joking around with somebody the other day. I found first class flights for $13,000, only $13,000. But little note, and I put it in there. And as I find out different things, right now, from what I could tell, direct flights to Iceland um, go from Newark, New Jersey, and also from Boston, Massachusetts. And the pricing is fairly similar for those, and it seems to be the lowest price. I did notice that there was and this is me overthinking things, there was a really cheap flight where you can't take any bags with you. It's one of those companies that they put a really low price out there and then they hit you with all these different little fees. So if there was a way to get around that, I would do it. It was about $150 less, but in general, but a direct flight to Iceland from the East Coast um, right now is running about 150 bucks. So I'm just going to keep throwing random junk in there, whether it's hotels, whether it's places I want to visit once I get to Iceland, and once I want to be there for a while if I can do it. I've got my passport. It's the first trip I've ever done. So enough talking about that. It's in the Discord channel if you want to check it out. Discord channel is in the description of this. Anyone can join. Just be respectful. I don't have a moderator on there, and nobody seemed to have a problem. So, hey guys, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I'm gonna drink some more coffee. I'm gonna play some more Eve, and maybe a little bit of Long Dark. Um, and that's about it. Hey, have a great day. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly hard like you want. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.